Hello and welcome to another Schnorgely Jorkson video of how to fly. In this video we're going to be looking at the Spitfire MK IIa. All these videos were taken from the Battle for Britain event where you are normally going against the BF-109 E3 and E's. Right here I'm going actually against a G50, one of the few planes that the Spitfire is actually capable of fighting decently, but a lot of these clips are going to show how to deal with the BF-109s in the Spitfire. This is the Spitfire without the, all these clips were me trying to farm up to the fuel upgrade. So without that upgrade, the Spitfire is quite a bit weaker than the BF-109 in most departments, including turning. So this video is going to show kind of how to evade the BF-109 and give yourself an advantage position, which is not that easy to do. BF-109s are all very good competitors, and the Spitfire MK IIa, especially without the fuel upgrade, is very asthmatic. It doesn't have much power at all. Even if you get into a turn fight with a BF-109, often they can come out on top just because you don't have the power to continue your turns, and you eventually will be stuck with no speed, and you'll have to try to get away and they will catch you and kill you. So you have to be very careful with this plane. You have to play very smart, and most of the time you just have to either have a positional advantage over your enemy or outfly your enemy. And that's what I'm going to try to show with these clips. I'm going to try to not show too many clips of me just having a huge advantage over someone or getting extremely lucky. But I'm going to show you how to play to your advantages and play very defensively. And already in this clip you saw me take out a G50, pretty easy kill. Just remember, when you're diving on people, cut your throttle, be careful, because these wings will break if you pull high G's around 600 miles per hour, or kilometers per hour. That being said, also the Spitfire does not dive that well, and if you pull negative G's, the engine will quit immediately, and you'll often find yourself dropping your speed very quickly because you're trying to pull negative G's following a BF-109 in a dive. And as you can see here, you want to turn inverted before you dive on someone. And here I am taking advantage of the fact that the BF-109 will not go quite as fast as the Spitfire. And so I was going to catch up on that guy. He gave up running away and instead decided to engage someone else. Unfortunately, here I tried to turn around and I had to roll opposite to do that, which is a mistake, because the Spitfire's roll rate is much lower than the BF-109. So even though his turn rate was less than mine, he was able to roll around and get a shot on me before I could do anything about it. And here you can see I go for some AA. It's on the way, and I know that I'm going to still have enough speed by losing some altitude there to get a nice deflection shot on this guy. And he goes down pretty easily after that. The main thing to remember with the Spitfire MK1 and MK2 is that you need a lot of patience. Wait for the right situation. Here I take down another plane. Notice that I zoom in. I would suggest always zooming in if you're going in for ground targets, because it's just not worth wasting your ammo. There's plenty of ammo with this plane, but the ammo just doesn't really do that much damage in most occasions. Here's another game. The enemy team is, they've got 4 guys below me, and pretty much the rest of their team is up above me, which I can't see right now, but they are up there. You'll see them come into play later. I'm going to swoop down here, and I'm going to try to go for the lightly armored targets, because this BF-110, I could put half my ammo into him and never take him down. So I'm going to take a quick pass on the JU-87 and then I'm going to go in for the G50, which is a very soft target, very easy for me to take down. And after taking down the G50, I'm going to pull up, get some altitude, try to get all my altitude back that I can, and then immediately I'm going to go back down because I know that there's other people around that are going to be trying to kill me. I didn't know exactly where they were, but I knew from before I dove on the G50 that they would be around. So I immediately started to dodge there without even knowing that BF-110 is there. Then I go head-to-head with a bomber, which is usually a fine idea, and dodge him right as the BF-110 comes around to do a head-on, because if you can dodge two head-ons at the same time, that's the best way to do it. And then I'm going just for the soft targets first. You want to prioritize, especially since you can dodge these BF-110s. They're not that maneuverable, and you can kill the lightly armored targets fairly quickly. So here I've just taken out two of the lightly armored fighters. They would be a fairly big threat if I had left them be, because the Spitfire is also fairly lightly armored, and you can be taken down fairly quickly. As you can see now, my teammates are there cleaning up the BF-110, and I am safe because I did not try to dodge or climb away. I just changed my trajectory a small amount to avoid shots and went in a straight line. Because Spitfire is actually faster than most planes at its tier. It just takes a long time to gain up your speed. Here you can see I'm in the middle of a fight with a lot of different enemy airplanes. You always want to be careful and plan how you're going to roll. As you can see in that, I was trying to follow this BF-109, but I rolled a little bit the wrong way and it totally messed me up for the future. You can see also, instead of following that BF-109, I immediately turned away from the other guy that was going to try to head on me. You've got to always be careful against Germany, because if you stay on a guy too long, you will get killed by someone else because their guns kill so fast, you really can't hold on a target most of the time. As you can see, I dodged immediately after killing that biplane. I did not know that there was a guy on me, but I suspected there was. Because there's so many enemies around me, I just decided I'm going to shoot this guy until I do critical damage to him, and then I'm going to evade immediately afterwards. And notice I also pulled a downwards evasion, which is the hardest evasion for someone to track you with and hit you with, because they'll be either pulling negative Gs or they will be trying to aim while being upside down, which is hard, plus the instructor makes it even harder. Now at this point, I'm going to try to just fly in a straight line, get up a little bit of speed, and see if I can help out my allies in their fights against enemy fighters. And as you can see, someone tried to boom zoom me and I didn't even see them, but I dodged from the sound. I got lucky that time. Also notice that I'm not following the flight path of the BF-109 that I'm chasing. I'm staying above him a little bit, just because if I nose down and dive after him, my engine will quit, I will lose speed, and he will get away from me, and he will accelerate greatly in his dive. Instead, if I fly in a straight line, I cannot support my enemies as fast, or my allies as fast, but I can catch up to him eventually, and I'll have a height and speed advantage over him eventually. So again, patience is key here. Again, you can see my ally is also chasing this guy. I'm going to help out because I have an easy deflection shot, and then I'm going to turn to the left. I actually turned to the left a little bit late for dodging my ally, but a little bit early for getting that shot. I actually missed that shot because I dodged where I thought my ally was going to be, which was the correct move. It's always better to avoid a crash than it is to kill an enemy, or even do a small amount of damage to an enemy, which is what you're going to usually be doing in the Spitfire. And I'm going to let my ally kill that last BF-109, and I'm going to go try to support my other allies over here. And at this point I get a little bit impatient, actually, I see that I have tons of allies around and there's only a few enemies around, so I'm just going to head-to-head this guy, because otherwise he's just going to run away from me, and I'm not having any of that. So I actually just fly straight at this guy, don't even dodge him. Kind of crazy, but I was impatient and knew my team was going to win. So that's why I did that, and I actually get the kill for that guy eventually. And then I come over here, I think, hey, maybe this guy will dive on me and someone in my team can kill him. I'm not actually going to try to kill this guy, I'm just going to try to bait him down. Because my plane's all red, I'm leaking fuel, I don't really care. So I'm going to go up to stall out, perfect, give him a perfect opportunity to dive on me. I'm still going to always look at him because I don't really want to die for no reason. There, I killed the other guy. So I'm watching him and he's not coming after me at all. So I just turn around and keep flying. I'm actually going to go kill a couple ground targets here because everyone else is dead. And that's the only reason I would head on a BF-109. Late in the game, you can sometimes because they run out of their cannon ammo. Especially the E version will run out of its cannon ammo fairly quickly, and it will only have just a few of its machine guns, which are the same size as yours. But otherwise, usually against a BF-109, you do not want to go head on because they just have way better armament and a few guns in the nose, which makes their convergence much better all the time. And heading on to the next game. I'm going to go at this guy who's actually dove down to below my altitude. Has not climbed as he should. And I'm going to point my nose to the right so I can dodge past him to the left and downward. And also I'm going to continue my downward turn in order to get a little bit more speed and give me a perfect shot if he turns back into me. And I got kind of lucky there, actually. Pilot sniped him. But at that point, he was pretty much dead. There's not much he could have really done to get away from me. He could have dove, but I am faster plane. So if I would have just stayed above him in the dive, I would have had him eventually, as long as he didn't have a teammate to come save him. So even though I killed him in one shot there, I should have killed him eventually anyways. But I said, wow, sorry, I'm so lucky, because that kind of sucks when that happens to you. Make one mistake and you're instantly dead. So here I'm going, gaining a little bit of altitude. I'm staying at a speed of 230 kilometers per hour, which is not my best climb rate speed. The best climb rate speed is about 200 for the Spitfire, but I want to keep enough speed that I can maneuver. It's much easier to dodge people booming and zooming you, or especially doing a head-on if you have a little bit of speed. And here there's a biplane, I believe that's the biplane above me, so I dive down, and here's a good thing to show. If you dive down and pull negative G's too much, your engine will actually quit. And there I had to hit I to restart my engine, which is not a good thing to do in the game. And because of that, I lost a lot of speed and was not able to catch this guy. Fortunately for me, he came back around towards me. He's in the Falco, which is a very slow plane, and also very maneuverable, but he did not use his maneuverability to his advantage there. So at this point, I'm thinking, oh, this is an easy kill I can get. I can't kill all these BF-109s above me, so I'll just go for this guy instead. But I have a BF-109 on me, of course, and I need to dodge him. I dodge down underneath, which helps me retain speed, and also at the same time is a very hard maneuver to dodge. And this BF-109E actually tries to turn fight me, which is a fairly big mistake for him. He should have kept booming and zooming. But with his ally here, he can turn much better than me. He might have a chance. Of course, the Falco has only 2 guns, I believe, which is much less than the 8 guns I have, so I'm fine with doing a head-on with him. I'm not fine with doing a head-on with the BF-109 though. And all the time, you gotta be watching everybody. Both of these guys are gunning for me, so I need to be constantly having eyes on both of them. And like right there, that cost me a shot on this guy because I was distracted with the other one. But there it saved me as I was watching my radar and saw that his dot was getting quite close to me. At this point, this guy is low and he's fairly slow, so I should be able to get him eventually. I can't get him right here. As you can see, I stall out, but I'm going to do a little loop and try to get back on his tail in the next time I can get my nose up. And of course, I'm also looking around for other enemies. Here he's on my tail again. He's only 0.4 from me and doesn't have much speed on me, so I'm able to out-turn him, and he doesn't have a lot of speed on me. So he overshoots me, I do a little loop, and here I fly straight to get up some speed, and I go nose up to snipe him as he's stalling out. And if it works out perfectly, I'll have a little bit of time to shoot him before I stall out. Which I missed most of my shots there, but it's quite difficult to hit people when you're stalling out. At this point, I have him though. There's not much he can do to get away as long as his teammates don't come and help, which he doesn't have any of. So I'm sitting pretty good here. I'm going to go up again. Actually, my teammate is also helping. And going to get a couple more hits on him, or at least another good shot. And at this point, he's stalling. I'm stalling. I should be able to recover and be on him immediately and get taken out. So I hope this was helpful for you. Don't get shot by destroyers. The end.